Hello everyone. Today I am there in front of you and today we are going to start with the topic fertilization and implantation. As you must be knowing, the fertilization is a process in which there is a fusion of gametes inside the fallopian duct of a female body. Okay, so during copulation, coitus semen is released by the penis into the vagina. That is known as insemination. See, when the penis is going to be inserted inside the vagina, there it is going to release some liquid substance or the fluid like substance which is known as the semen, and the process of mating is known as coitus or copulation. The motile sperm swim rapidly, pass through the cervix, enter into the uterus, and finally reach the ampullary region of the fallopian tube. As you must be knowing, fertilization is going to happen inside the fallopian tube and in the which section of the fallopian tube? In the ampullary region. Okay, this point is very important, so remember this properly. Okay. Ovum released by the ovary is also transported to the ampullary region. See, ovum is going to be produced inside the ovary, but through the fimbriae, then through the ampulla, it is going to be kept inside the ampullary region only. Okay, where fertilization is going to happen? Remember this point, fertilization is not going to happen inside the uterus. It always happens inside the fallopian duct and which section? Ampullary region. Okay, fertilization can only occur if the ovum and sperm are transported simultaneously to the ampullary region. See, ovum is lying inside in the ampullary region and sperm has to travel till that ovum, then only fertilization is going to happen. This is the reason why not all copulation leads to fertilization and pregnancy. Many of the times that sperms are not able to reach to the ovum. It may be the reason that fertilization doesn't happen and the pregnancy doesn't happen. Okay. Next thing in this picture, you are able to see that ovum is there, and in the peripheral area, there are a number of sperms which are trying to fertilize the ovum. But among these sperms, only one is going to fertilize this ovum. So the process of fusion of sperm with an ovum is called fertilization. And during fertilization, sperm comes in contact with the zona pellucida. This is the outer layer of the ovum. This dark area which you are able to see, this one, this is a zona pellucida, layer of the ovum, and induce changes in the membrane. When sperm is going to enter, then it is going to become hard, so it will not allow the other sperm to enter inside. It will block the entry of the additional sperms after the entry of one sperm. Okay. Does it ensure that only one sperm can fertilize an ovum? Next thing, the secretion of the acrosome. Acrosome basically the head of the sperm. Helps the sperm enter into the cytoplasm of the ovum through the zona pellucida and the plasma membrane. This induces the completion of the meiotic division of the secondary oocyte. When it is going to happen? When it will become the secondary oocyte and it is going to be released from the ovary and it will reach to the fallopian duct. Next thing, the second meiotic division is also unequal. When we are talking about the second meiotic division, that is always unequal and it is going to result into the formation of second polar body and a haploid ovum also. Okay, so polar body will be very small in size and it is of basically no use in comparison to the ovum. So ovum is there into the picture which we want. Okay, soon the haploid nucleus of the sperm. See, nucleus of the sperm is also haploid and nucleus of the ovum is also haploid. So these both are going to get fertilized so that whatever the resultant product will be there, that will be termed as zygote and it will be diploid. Okay. Next thing, how many chromosomes will be there in the zygote? So when this ovum is going to have a 23 and sperm is also going to have a 23, then ultimately the product will be 46. One has to remember that the sex of the baby has been decided at this stage itself. Actually, the sperm must be carrying either X or Y. As you know, the chromosome pattern in the human female is always double X, and then in the male is a X and Y. So male is having the option but female doesn't have. Therefore, all the haploid gametes, that is ova, produced by the female have the sex hormone X, whereas the male gamete sperms, the sex chromosome could be either X or Y. Hence, 50% of the sperms carry the X chromosome and the remaining 50% carrying the Y. And after the fusion of the male and the female gametes, the zygote would carry either X's. See, it depends which chromosome is going to get fertilized with the ovum. If X is going to fertilize with the ovum, then the double X product will be girl. And if Y chromosome of the sperm is going to get fertilized with the ovum, then the resultant product will be boy. Okay. The zygote carrying double X would develop into a female baby and XY would form a male. That is why scientifically it is correct to say that the sex of the baby is always determined by the father. It is not going to be determined by the mother, because mother doesn't have Y chromosome. Mother having only double X. Next thing, now, mitotic division start as the zygote moves. This part I'll tell you when we are talking about this one. After the formation of the zygote, when the zygote has formed, then it became basically diploid in structure. So whatever the division are going to be happen in the diploid zygote, either cleavage or that is going to be 4, 8, 16, whatever the number of cell it may be, the division which it has to follow is always mitotic after the formation of zygote. Okay, the mitotic division starts as the zygote moves through the isthmus. Isthmus is also the part of the fallopian tube. That is the part where this uterus is going to start and the tube is going to end. Okay, here you can understand. Okay. Then oviduct called cleavage towards the uterus and forms two. When zygote is going to divide, then after the first cleavage, it will become 2 cell, then 4 cell, then 8 cell, then 16, 32, like that. Okay, the embryo with 8 to 16 blastomere is called morula. It look like a mulberry. Okay, that is the reason it is known as the morula. It got the name from that one. The morula continues to divide. See, 8 to 16 only it will be termed as morula. Remember this point. And after that, the division will be continued and the transformation into blastocyst is as it moves further into the uterus. Next thing, the blastomeres in the blastocyst are arranged into an outer layer. After that, they will be having the two layers. The outer layer will be termed as the trophoblast and the inner group of cell will be termed as the inner cell mass. The trophoblast, which is the outer layer, then gets attached to the endometrium. Here you can see that it got implanted inside the uterus with the help of the outer layer. The trophoblast layer then get attached to the endometrium and the inner cell mass get differentiated as embryo. Next thing, after attachment, the uterine cells divide rapidly and covers the blastocyst. Why it is going to divide the rapidly and covers the blastocyst? Actually, it is going to be embedded inside. ठीक है, उसके अंदर implant किया जाएगा. Okay. Next thing, as a result, the blastocysts become embedded in the endometrium. So this is what is the lining of the endometrium. Here you can see that this zygote is getting embedded. Okay, it is getting inserted inside the layer of endometrium, and this process is known as implantation. And if the plant implantation has happened, then it will lead to the pregnancy. Otherwise, if there is no fertilization, then there is no question of implantation, and ultimately during the menstrual cycle, the inner lining of the uterus along with the blood vessels are going to be shed off. So this was all about the implantation, and here we are going to complete this topic, and next topic we will be talking about the oogenesis. Thank you.